is a man who is ubiquitously regarded as the greatest bantamweight of all time. He'll tell you he built this division, and DC, I know he's not here to pick a fight with you right now, but this legacy of Dominick Cruz is really exceptional.
It is unbelievable what Dominick Cruz has accomplished over the course of his career. Not a guy that people thought would go down in history as one of the greatest bantamweights of all time. He's not a guy that has a laundry list of accomplishments before he got to mixed martial arts, but he's a guy that is unmatched in his preparation and a guy that has a will and a desire to win that no one, and I say no one, can match. So from the commentary table where Dom's constantly yelling at me,
right,
to in the octagon, Dominick Cruz wants to be the winner. And
injury-wise, no fighter has dealt with more adversity than Dominick Cruz, who still believes at one point or another before his career is said and done, he will be belted yet again. All right, so here's the former UFC and WEC bantamweight champion, Dominick Cruz. Most people believe, DC, this is the best 135-pound fighter of all time. Injuries have been a big part of the narrative. Missed all of 2012, all of 2013, 15, 17, and 18. Nice to see Cruz making the walk here tonight.
Yes, and as a fan of the sport, you're always excited when Dominick is not dealing with all those injuries and all these setbacks. Could you imagine what the career of Dominick Cruz would be if he was able to compete as often and as frequently as a lot of the fighters in the UFC? Just a one-of-a-kind talent, unmatched in his preparation, footwork that no one else can ever replicate. Dominick Cruz truly belongs atop the leaderboard, at the tip of your tongue when you talk about the greatest fighters of all time.
For my money, the smartest man in mixed martial arts right now, but it's his ability to apply that fight IQ on fight night that really sets him apart. So much UFC history is played out here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Plenty more where that came from tonight. The athletes are ready to go. And now our tale of the tape for this bantamweight fight. Here once more is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the former UFC Bantamweight champion, Dominick the Dominator Cruz. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Mario Bautista.
So Herb Dean, third man in there for this one.
Ready. Good.
So here he is, the former two-time UFC bantamweight champion, Dominick Cruz, a very hard guy to simulate in training, one of the best defensive fighters in the game, and he can also take a shot, so if he has to lean on the chin, the Dominator not afraid to do so. A couple of chins here being tested early. Oh, big left. Missed with that attempt.
Beautiful body kick. He gets to the single collar tie. Look for him to now start to find uppercuts up the middle to try to do damage to his opponent. Big counter right hand.
And now a left.
Oh, my God.
Trying to get the head kick home, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it was coming high, and now he's got hurt bad. There you go. There you go.
We have crossed the midpoint here in our opening round. Moving his head pretty well defensively on the ground here. Cruz getting absolutely worked from the top here on the wrong end of nearly all of these ground and pound strikes.
nice transition.
Side control now. All right, he's got him in the north-south position now, DC. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about this.
Yes, they have to be mature about the fact that this is a real fighting position, and the guy on top has a lot of opportunities to finish. If he's going to attack this north-south choke, he's got to drive that shoulder deep into his neck, really start to sink his weight away. With
huge connection by him there.
He needs to get on his bicycle, John. He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished.
Punches and bunches. Certainly showing off some good hands here tonight. Oh, trying to turn out the lights with that roundhouse kick, but just misses. Cruz gets the single leg takedown. All right, he's in a half-guard position here, DC, and in a good spot to dole out a lot of damage, I would think.
A lot of damage can be done from the half-guard. You sit back on that leg, you press down into your opponent, you drop elbows, you drop punches. What is very key is you controlling the underhook on the far side. If you give up that underhook, your opponent can use the half-guard to build up to an elbow, sweep, or just chase down a single leg.
All right, so the round is over, but not before damage was done. Cut on the cheek, sustained in that round. Cut man in there quickly as usual to try to seal it up.
Commit to the sprawl, son.
Well, if you're the replay guy, a lot to like in that previous round. A lot of damage being inflicted.
Yeah, I mean, and look at the swelling now, John. He wasn't doing what he needed to do to move his head, and he's paying for it. You cannot allow for an elite-level mixed martial artist to connect at that rate and think that you will not be wearing the damage. He's wearing it now. I'm interested to see what changes he makes to give himself an opportunity.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round 2 is underway. All right, so as this next round gets underway, hopefully the good action we saw in the last round will continue. Both fighters certainly had their ups and downs, both got the offense going, but now we'll see if one fighter or the other can really take control of what has been a very close fight thus far. The takedown is not there. Right hook to the head, blocked. Just out of range with the straight left hook. Well, when Cruz gets into a flow with this footwork, it makes it very hard. Huge strike lands there, and somehow his opponent's chin held up.
His opponent's chin held up, but you do not want to be on the receiving end of those types of strikes.
All right, so look at that. A cut has been opened around that eye area.
He's taking shots over and over again to that area, and now he's dealing with a cut. That is a damn.
Oh, he might get finished here. Oh, big left hook there.
Oh, right hand landed. There you go. Oh, look at that. There it is again. Look at that.
All right, so an opportunity goes by the boards. He had him stunned, nearly finished, and now his opponent has recovered.
His opponent's recovered. Now he's got to deal with it.
This is why you pay to be in the building. Back and forth we go.
I mean, he's still on his feet, but he's not up by much. Oh, nice right hand. What a fight.
Cruz goes in for the takedown now, and he's able to get it. So a nice entry and a wise move, given how the things were playing out on the field. All right, looks as though that strike maybe opened up a cut around the eye area.
Yeah, it looks like that strike opened up a cut, John, but it's nothing to worry about now, but he's got to start to protect it.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. Back and forth we go. Well, it seems like there is...
He's got to try to finish here.
Side kick is there. Well, if this fighter gets back to the stool, he's going to get an earful from his coaches. Confidence seems to be abandoning him.
Yeah, you can kind of see him looking to survive as opposed to winning the fight. When you're in there, You are there to win a fight, not just be standing at the final bell.
All right, round 3 coming up next. What a round it was for him, DC, and of course the seminal moment, that big knockdown that he will try to piggyback on here in this next round.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he builds off of the momentum that he gets from that last round. How does he deal with the success that he had and not push too hard too early trying to find the finish? You have to let it come to you as the knockdown came to you in the previous round.
All right, so there's the horn. He got knocked down by a punch in that round, but he is able to survive. We'll see if they can make some adjustments.
He's as tough as they come. He took that shot and he kept plodding forward. He got off of his butt. He got himself off of the canvas and tried to get right back to work. But he cannot take many more of these. You don't want to be the guy that's testing how tough they are.
That's a seminal blow right there, DC. He's rocked.
That was a beautiful hook. It landed perfectly, and it hurt his opponent very bad.
Oh, with authority to the body. There's that left hand. His misses are entertaining. Well, let's see if he goes to set up the hook again. He has really done a nice job punctuating his combinations with that hook tonight. Well, you know this is the hurt business, and both guys are compromised at this stage of the fight.
Yeah, both guys are compromised. Both guys have been beat up. Both guys have done a great job of landing, recognizing what they wanted to get done, and it's showing. This is a very evenly matched fight. Yep, got to be very careful there.
Cruz is in the stacked guard now. Could be some real trouble here. Bottom fighter better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up or pull his opponent back into him.
Oh, big shots raining down. Dean steps in.
Oh!
Woo! What a fight. Well, make no mistake about it, he is getting 2 paychecks tonight as he gets the big TKO victory. Wow.
That's unbelievable. It was crazy to watch his finishing instincts on display as he got that massive victory. It was amazing, John. It was amazing.
Bruce Buffer now has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 56 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by TKO, Mario Bautista!
Well, could you imagine what the celebration is like in his hometown right now after he gets the TKO win tonight? He said he wanted to leave the judges out of it. Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. He left the judges out of it. The judges could have went to the concession stand because once he got his opponent hurt, he was not going to stop until he got that TKO.